All right, Charlie, we've got a very special bottle on the bar tonight. Why don't you tell them what it is?
Tonight, we have a wonderful offering from our friends at Four Roses. It is the highly coveted, highly sought after 15-year single barrel Father's Day bottle.
Yes, 2025 Father's Day release.
Happy Father's Day, dads.
So this is a special bottle. I went this past weekend on Saturday, the day before Father's Day. It happened to be National Bourbon Day, and you might have seen the little short that I released.
Oh, you should have. Make sure you're following me on Instagram.
Check it out. Me and Andy, a friend of the show, invited me to run down the Old Four
Roses.
Invited me to run down to Four Roses with him and pick up this. This kind of become an annual thing for Four Roses. They release a single barrel private selection on
a couple. They release a couple single barrels, right?
34 barrels.
They release 34 barrels?
Yes, 34, 35. They're all 15 years.
They're all 15 years. There it is.
I stand correct.
I was going to let you twist in the wind. But they are all older. So typically, Four Roses single barrels are between 7 and 9. Sometimes you may find a 10 or 11, and those are pretty coveted. These have gone up in price lately. When I have seen these in market, our friend John O has one, I think, that is $99.99. How much did you pay for this 15-year single barrel proof?
$99.
Boy, that's a good deal.
That's a hell of a deal.
That's a hell of a deal. And kudos and shout out to Four Roses for they could have charged $199.
Yes, they could.
And you bourbon idiots would have lined up for it, myself included. So cheers to them for doing that, because that is an awesome thing.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, there were a lot of people. So we went to Cox's Creek, where they have a gift shop.
Bottling plant.
A bottling plant, yeah. They did it at Cox's Creek and, where are they? Lawrenceburg, yeah. And the distillery in Lawrenceburg. And they asked people not.
Is it Lawrenceburg?
That's Wild Turkey. Where is it?
Or is it Loretto?
No, not Loretto. I think it's Lawrenceburg.
Is it Lawrenceburg?
Yeah. Well, let's look at the box. This is exciting. Exciting.
Lawrenceburg.
Yes.
There we go.
So anyway, they had releases at both places. They asked people not to show up early, not to park on the road.
And you know what you bourbon people did? You showed up early.
Exact opposite. Everyone showed up early.
I saw one guy who posted a video, and he posted the Walking Dead soundtrack, like the intro to Walking Dead, of all like the bourbon people like kind of shuffling. Because some of you guys,
Yeah.
But anyways.
It was fun though.
Tell us a little bit about this selection as we begin to know. So this is
the OBSF recipe. The mash bill is their high rye mash bill. Okay. That's what the B stands for.
60% corn, 35% rye, 5% malted barley.
You got it. The F is the yeast strain, and that produces herbal, mint, floral, tobacco, and clove notes. And if you saw our previous episode on the 100 proof single barrel release this year of the OBSF,
we really liked that. Yeah. 111 proof on this.
Oh, we forgot to.
I looked at it. It looks like bourbon. I just want to drink this. It's 15-year.
Smells delicious. Smells a lot like the 100 proof.
From my memory, it really does.
Yes.
There is that. It's hard to separate that mint and that clove note when you read it. After you read it, it's really hard to get that out. Yeah, there's no ethanol.
There is definitely some mint there, but it's not like an overwhelming.
No. It's not like that spearmint that you get like on a hyper-aged rye.
No, it's like you're walking through a field on a spring day and you smell the fresh.
The fret. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
And then in the background, you get the vanilla note.
All right, I've nosed it enough. I have to drink it.
Don't get a bunch of char on it.
I don't get much char. 15 years old, 111 proof. Cheers.
Boy, you talk about a mouthfeel.
Delicious.
That's beautiful mouthfeel. I get the char on the palate, and a good char, not a bad char. It's all on the finish. And it's spicy. It's spicy. It's got all the good things you like from the OBSF recipe, but kind of like cranked up to 10, right? They're so quiet tonight.
We've had some really good bottles tonight. This thing is a stick of dynamite. It slow fuses you on the front end. The mouthfeel can only be described as creamy. Mm-hmm. It is a creamy, syrupy mouthfeel. The front end is like literally sweet cream, like not overly sweet, but just almost like coffee with like a sweet cream in it, like that sort of dark sweetness.
There is a coffee note.
And then it just explodes with spicy oak. The sweetness doesn't go away, but it tones down, and it just envelops your palate.
The finish.
It doesn't stop.
Yeah,
a finish would imply that you stop tasting it, and it doesn't have a finish in the sense that it doesn't stop. It is so good. It is so sippable at 111 proof. It is, I can find no fault in this bourbon. It is delicious. It is worth standing in line for. It's worth knocking over an old lady or two, because I saw you people do it, to get your $99 bottle. I get it. I understand why people do it.
It's a beautiful bourbon. There's a lot of subtle notes in there. There's a lot of subtle vanilla. But it just, when you start to taste that, it kind of fades to the back, and then you get the oak and the char. But it just the same way. That char comes up, and you're like, but then it fades away.
Depth of flavor. So many flavors.
Cascading flavor.
Cascading flavors. Depth of flavor. We are not, if you've watched our episodes, you know we're idiots and we're not very good at this, and we are not great at describing what something tastes like. This makes it very easy for people because it just doesn't stop.
What's interesting though is the nose is, I feel, completely different than the palate. Like the nose is all floral and minty.
Yeah, grassy.
Although the minty is kind of worn off a little bit.
I am, the minty's gone. I get almost a little cut grass or cut hay.
Yeah, there's definitely some of that
there's
there.
a little bit of that caramel now because I've tasted it that I get. But the nose, when you nose it,
the nose is very
it's muted.
Light. And when I say light, I don't mean there's nothing there. I just meant like lighter notes.
The nose does not prepare you for the assault on your taste buds that the bourbon itself is going to give you. Unbelievable bottle.
It's funny, when I first tasted it, I almost had to choke a little bit. I thought, oh gosh, it's proofier than I thought, but it wasn't the proof at all. It's the spice.
It is. When that spice comes through, I almost want to put a stopwatch on it. Like take a drink, and then hit a stopwatch and be like, okay, where's the spice? About 12 seconds in, because when it starts, it's toned down on the third drink. But when it grabs you and it gets you the whole back of your tongue, the middle of your tongue. You're going to taste that rye. It's awesome.
So what I think we should do is, we loved the 100 proof single barrel OBSF earlier this year, but there's a lot of people, it's only 100 proof. Well, let's see how it compares.
That's right. We're going to compare.
We've gotten a lot of play out of this bottle.
Oh, we have. Well, when you give us a $40 bottle that drinks like this particular $40 bottle does.
People are probably getting sick of Four Roses episodes. But you know what? Too bad.
You know what? You get what you pay for.
And that assumes people are actually watching.
Yeah. Have you liked and subscribed here on YouTube for more hard-hitting Four Roses content like this? Now, so
I'll be honest with you, the color is not all that different.
Don't knock this over when you put your hands down. This is what's interesting. These are both single barrels. The only difference is going to be this has water added to it to get it to 100 proof.
And the age.
And the age, right. Obviously, this is not 15 years old. Or is it? No, it's not 15 years old, because if it was, that would be ridiculous. But I also want to point out something. This is a $40-ish bottle, $40 to $50 bottle. This is a $100 bottle, and it's 15 years old.
And it's very limited.
So if you say anything mean about Four Roses, I'm going to come and punch you in the face, because they could have sold that for a lot more.
100%. 100%.
Thank you, Four Roses. It's almost the same nose.
Yeah, I mean, this has a little more power.
A little more.
Packs a little more punch, but they're the same nose.
They're almost the same nose. That's awesome. It's hard not to be romantic about bourbon.
All right, let's do it. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll tell you what, I mean, it's definitely lighter on the palate, right?
The immediate difference is mouthfeel, and that rye does not kick your door in and start punching you in the face. It still slow fuses. And I think I may have said this in the episode. I taste the spicy rye like on the roof of my mouth on this one. This one, you taste it in your eyeballs.
Right.
But again,
And this doesn't have the char. It doesn't have that really nice char note, obviously, because it's a little young.
it's not barrel proof, and it's,
But it's
probably
not 4
a
years
lot.
old.
I mean,
It's 7 to 9 years old.
that's true too. But I mean, that's double the age. I mean, if we're talking. But I guess the moral of this story is, if you haven't ventured into the world of Four Roses single barrels, you probably ought to start, because you can still go to your local liquor store or wherever and find some private selection barrel proofs for under $100, and that's always a good decision.
Yes, it is.
Just in my humble opinion.
I would happen to agree with this humble opinion that you have.
I will tell you this. That's
still so good.
That is.
Are we going to rate this?
I think we probably ought to. What are you thinking?
All right. You go first.
Okay.
No, I'll go first. You go first. I'll go first. You go first.
There have not been a lot of bottles that I like as much as I like that bottle. That is so good. I'm going to give that one a 9. That is barrel proof, single barrel, 15 years old for under $100.
Yeah.
That is a 9. If there ever was a 9, I'm still tasting it as I'm talking. Almost perfect. That's a 9.
Okay. So I'm going to have to give it, and you have to remember, I gave this one a 9.
I told you. Bad idea.
So I'm going to have to rate this one higher, because I feel like the value is there still.
Do it.
Even at $50 more, the value is still there, because you're getting twice the age and more proof. So it's a 9.2.
I thought you were going to go perfect 10, and I wasn't going to argue with you.
I couldn't give it a 10. There's very few bottles that I haven't. Well, maybe I've had one that I would give a 10 looking back on it, but
I'm going to tell you, I want to revisit this one. I can find no fault in that bottle. It is delicious. I feel like it checks every box. I think the only person that wouldn't like this is somebody that doesn't like the spicy rye. Because it does, especially your first drink, it really grabs you. But gosh darn it, if that isn't what we're all here for.
Absolutely, and I hate to keep gushing over Four Roses, but I feel like Four Roses, we've kind of ignored them the past few years, right? It's like, it's Four Roses, they're always there, it is what it is, but we've kind of, with the release of the 100 proof single barrels this year, it kind of forced us to focus our attention back on them and realize, man, they're cranking out some good stuff.
Well, and it all fits, right? Like, one of the reasons that we love these so much is because they are affordable. There's something that you can go and snag. It's priced right. And for them, and I cannot reiterate this again, how proud I am of them for not charging $300.
You know what else was released that same day? The Old Forester President's Choice. What was the price on that one? Do you know?
$279.99.
I believe it was somewhere in there. $225 or something like that.
Best. Yeah. And that's
over almost 3 times the price.
Yeah, and that's, what was it, a 10-year, 11-year?
Honestly, I'm not sure, but probably.
Again.
And good luck getting one.
Good luck getting one. Four Roses.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked them out, if you're new to bourbon, go get you some Four Roses small batch. Venture into these single barrel 100 proofs. You cannot go wrong. You absolutely cannot go wrong. Thank you, Four Roses, for being awesome. And thank you, Brent Elliott, Master Distiller.
Yes.
And if you haven't, we probably ought to show the sticker.
Yes.
If you don't know what we're talking about on the Father's Day release, it's raise a glass to the men who raised you well. The man who raised you well.
This is a great bottle to go and buy and give it to your dad. Keep one for yourself.
Or get 2, drink them both. Your dad's got enough bourbon. He's
My dad's
fine.
dead, so I'll just drink it all myself.
I'm sorry. I'll help you. We'll drink to your dead dad. That was inappropriate. Shout out.
He would laugh at that one.
Yeah, probably.
All right, Charlie, why don't you tell him what to do?
You should definitely like and subscribe here on YouTube for more Glenn's Dad is Dead content like this.
Also, follow us on socials, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And don't forget, keep those wallets loose.
And your bungholes tight. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Dad.
I almost said good night, Glenn's dad.
His name was Glenn, too.
Dang it! Did you know my favorite noise in the world is a fire truck siren?
I thought it was...
No. Fire trucks. Where I like mimicking people and fire trucks. And that's how I found out my daughter has a similar type, because when Crusade for Children came through, she's like, Dad, fire trucks! And I was like, where? And we ran out into the street, and I was like, yeah, she is my kid.
See which one's better.
Not for sure what to do with my hands.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Told you not to answer it.
It's true.
Take it from a realtor.
Don't ever answer your phone of any kind. I had an allergic reaction the other day.
To yourself?
Maybe. I don't know. It was just weird. Like, I just started sneezing, and I sneezed for 35 minutes straight.
I've done that before.
How'd you
No,
stop?
I haven't. I'm just kidding. I've sneezed 35 times in a row.
No, this is
Probably.
35 minutes of nonstop
don't
sneezing.
believe you.
I was so close to,
I'm pretty sure you would die.
I was really close to jumping into traffic.